Hey, you guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to the channel. I hope all of you guys are blessed in wherever you are and whatever you're doing. If you're getting started with your day, whatever you're doing, okay? I hope all of you are blessed and well. So before we get started with this video, with this discussion, go ahead and press like for me. It costs you guys nothing to go ahead and press the like button in advance. Go ahead. As you know, the way you support my channel over here is if you see an ad, we just let them play. It costs you nothing to do that, right? And as always, hit the notification bell. Hey, Noti Gang, I know you guys are here. Hit the notification bell so that you can get videos when I upload them. And welcome to my new subscribers. Stick around, hang out with us. All right. And before I get started, I want to go ahead and send a special thank you to my girl, Nina. Nina blessed me with a Cash App yesterday. It just came out of nowhere, honestly. And she said she left a very, really sweet message. She like, kids give you your life. Yes. And if you don't know what she's talking about, it's because the other day I told you guys why I hadn't been on here, because I kind of been feeling a bit low. I just kind of been dealing with some stuff and the fact that my granddaughter and her mother recently moved out. And they had been with me well over 15 months or so. So it's been a transition. It's a little difficult coming home, not having this little person at your knees, grabbing you by the knees and won't let you go. And the house is quiet. Even the dog is just like, don't know what to do. So we just been kind of dealing with that over here. But, I know it'll be okay. I know I'll be fine. But I just thank you, Nina, for supporting me. Thank you thank all of you for your support. So let's get into this news that I heard yesterday morning. You guys know Verzuz. A lot of you have watched it. I know I've watched it. And it was announced yesterday that Triller, I keep wanting to say Thriller, Triller Network acquires Verzuz. Okay. And so they posted this on their Insta story. And this is what they also posted. They said, well, what does this mean? Every artist who did a Verzuz TV is now a shareholder in Triller Verzuz. The real Swizz and Timbaland will now oversee music strategy at Triller. Verzuz will continue to be free. So when I saw that, I saw a lot of different reactions about this news. Okay, a lot of different reactions about it. Some positive. And then, of course, some people were questioning it. And we're going to go ahead and get into that in a moment. But I want to go ahead and break down as what actually happens here, because I did think it was interesting that a stake of this goes to the actual people who competed on Verzuz. I think that's a beautiful thing. I pulled up a Rolling Stone article that I want to go ahead and read to you guys here. It says, Triller Network, parent company to TikTok competitor Triller, has purchased the Timbaland and Swizz Beatz founded live streaming song battle and franchise Verzuz, the company announced Tuesday. Neither party disclosed financial details of the sale, but as a part of the acquisition, Timbaland and Swizz will become brand visionaries and join the Triller Verzuz management team. The two prolific producers are now shareholders in Triller following the acquisition, the company said, and they're giving part of their equity to all 43 performers who've played on Verzuz since its inception. So what do you guys think about that, though? Now, I remember when Verzuz all began, okay? I remember when it all started. Remember, this was born out of the lockdown, the fact that we were all in the house during a pandemic, and Swizz and Timbaland, two huge mega producers, decided to get on Instagram Live and just battle it out with some of their biggest hits. And it turned into something. And the next thing you know, you had other people coming on, right? One of my favorites was when T-Pain and Manny Fresh battled it out. And T-Pain and who was with T-Pain? I think it was Scott Storch and Manny Fresh. I'm sorry. T-Pain was with somebody else, but I am drawing a blank as to who T-Pain was with. So y'all correct me. I can't remember. But there were a lot of really good verses. And I loved how organic it was, right? One of my favorites is the one that had the most hiccups, and that was Teddy Riley and Babyface. That still remains my favorite verses, because although, we was sitting there listening to the music or wanting to listen to the music, it was all the hiccups that made it fun, because it was just literally supposed to be here. You over here in your house, I'm over here in my house, and we just playing our music. And then it started to grow and it got bigger and it got more Hollywood. And then you start to see the sponsors come in, right? And you start to see that they were getting bigger venues, and it became less organic and far more orchestrated, right? Still, I never thought I'd see the day when Brandy and Monica would get together, but that came out of Verzuz. So Verzuz did a lot, and there was a lot of entertainment there. Now, this last Verzuz with D'Angelo, I damn near missed it because I felt like they didn't even really push that one. They didn't even really push it. And to come to find out, I think I heard Timbaland, or it was Swizz, say that it was actually supposed to be on Valentine's Day. It was supposed to be a Verzuz with Maxwell, which would have been so good. Okay, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. I just hated that it wasn't pushed as the others. Like, I barely saw any just any kind of like advertisement on it. So, you know, for the most part, Verzuz has been losing its steam. And, you know, so there's a few reasons why they may have sold, right? Now, when I first saw this, I was kind of like feeling a type of way. Not that I should, but you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, these are businessmen and they are conducting business. They have every right. They created it. They have every right to sell it. But I did feel some type of way simply because I felt like, well, I remember when they first did this and early on when Verzuz was taking off and everybody was talking about Verzuz, that they specifically said that they were going to keep it 100% Black owned. That's what they said. They said that they were doing it for the culture and they were going to keep it 100% Black owned. Now, I absolutely understood why they needed to bring sponsors in and things like that, because at the end of the day, like I said, it went from being in somebody's living room or just in your home studio to now you got a sound stage, you paying for this person, you paying for that. Right. And then you start seeing all this sponsorship. So you could see that Verzuz was turning into something else. So it was less organic and more, it was just turning into a business. Right. But like I said, I specifically remember them saying that they were going to keep it Black owned and that they were going to keep it for the culture. All right. And like I said, a lot of people felt some type of way when, when this news broke about them selling Verzuz. Okay. And I want to know what you guys think about that. What you guys think. I mean, it's just the age old. I feel like it's the age old thing that we keep hearing over and over and over again. Right. Black people come in. These big Black millionaires and these capitalists come in and say, hey, support this business, support us. Then they get us on board. And then when we get on board and we're supporting them, what happens? They go ahead and they sell it to the white folks, right? Jay-Z did the same thing with Tidal, right? Jay-Z was browbeating Black folks about supporting Tidal, supporting Black folks, supporting Black people and their endeavors and what they do, you know, supporting. And as soon as he could do it, who did he just sell Tidal to? He sold it to Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey got more money than he know what to do with, right? So he just acquired something else, right? So Jack Dorsey, if you don't know, Jack Dorsey, that's the man who owns Twitter. Twitter is his, okay? So I was looking at this. This is Michael Rainey. If you don't know who Michael Rainey is the young man who plays Tariq on played it on Power, right? So he said, sellout. Swizz Beatz and Timbaland sell Verzuz to Triller. Can't ever just have something of our own. It's always about the money. And he posted. I mean, he just went there. He didn't have no filter. He went there. Okay. And he posted this on and I thought that was actually kind of interesting that he did that, because like I said, a lot of people felt that. A lot of people felt it and he let it known. And so he said, cool move, but these niggas still sellouts. So again, what do you guys think about that? Do you understand where he's coming from? I do. Like I said, I see it from both ends. But I understand where he coming from and why he might feel away. Now, at the end of the day, it's theirs. They are the creators of this, so they get to do what they want to do. But the problem is that these were the same people who were telling us months ago that they would never do this. They were telling us that they was doing this for the culture and that they would keep it 100% Black owned, just to turn around and again make a money move and sell it to white folks. To sell it to white people. Now, on one hand, I see it as such. It is a business move, and they are businessmen, right? They are businessmen, and they're capitalists at the end of the day, and they want to put more money in their pockets. And to be fair, they are sharing it with all of the people that came on to the platform. That's a beautiful thing. I can't hate on that. That is a beautiful thing that they're doing by sharing it, sharing the wealth with the people who came on and made Verzuz what it is. Right? That's a beautiful thing. But there's also, and this is the little snippet that I took out. This was from May of last year, guys, right? He said, Swizz shared that his greatest satisfaction has come from keeping Verzuz 100% Black-owned enterprise. That's when you can say culture, he remarked to his brother in rhyme in 5 Minute Mark. We own Verzuz 100%. There's no middleman involved in Verzuz. Swizz Beatz and Timbaland own Verzuz 100%. That is what they said months ago, just to turn, like I said, turn around and to sell it. Like I said, I see both sides. I see them wanting to make more money and to share the wealth with the other people. But like I said, it seems like every time Black people get us involved, they say, okay, come support us. And we supported the Verzuz platform. Before putting all the people, in the big, venue and getting all the extras and making it fancy. We supported Verzuz when they was just sitting in their living room playing on their Beats pill. It was cool. We liked it just the way it was. Right? They didn't even have to do all of that. I still ain't got my SWV versus Escape. Right? And here's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of now that it has been acquired by white folks. And although Timbaland and Swizz are saying, well, we still are a part of the brand and we are still part of the strategy and all this other stuff, don't say shit for all these people that's like, well, this is a money move and blah, blah, blah. And this is don't be upset when you see Shania Twain versus Reba McEntire or Miley Cyrus versus Selena Gomez, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now, a part of me think that these guys are smart enough to realize that Verzuz was also a sinking ship, right? It was probably getting too expensive. And so why not pass that on to somebody else? That's what the sponsors were coming in for. The sponsors were probably absorbing a lot of that cost where they was getting bigger and bigger, and they feel like they needed to get the Apollo. I just felt like they had gotten it got too extra and got too fancy, and it didn't even require all of that, right? So a part of me thinks that they were just being, I guess, smart businessmen by saying, hey, this is getting too expensive for us. But then again, I can't sit here and lie and say I'm not disappointed that they didn't keep it Black owned. I am disappointed in that. I am. Simply because I felt like that this was one of the things that they keep saying for the culture. Every time something's for the culture, they go ahead and sell it to the white folks. Like I said, Jay-Z is known for doing that shit, right? A lot of folks, they get us all involved, they get us invested. I mean, shit, we ain't really paying nothing, but we still supported it, right? We, the people that watched it, made it what it is, right? They get us all invested in it. They get us the support, and then they sell it over to the white folks, and then the white folks gentrify it. So don't think for a second that you ain't gonna see some like I said, Selena Gomez versus Miley Cyrus type shit on there, right? You gonna see some stuff on there. It's just gonna be really interesting. You're gonna see some Katy Perry versus Taylor Swift or some shit. It's gonna be something. It's that I said that because they didn't read they call it like the equivalent of like a Brandy Monica. I guess they beefing or they don't like each other, something like that. But it's going to change. Don't think for a second it will not get gentrified. Okay, it will definitely get gentrified. But I definitely want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think that this was a great money move for them? Or do you think that they just selling out? Like Tariq said, right? Tariq, no. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this, because I do think that this is interesting. And I like to hear your opinions and your thoughts. I see it from both sides, but I can't sit here and say that I'm not disappointed that they didn't keep it black owned when they said they were going to keep it black owned. But money talks. And at the end of the day, these are black capitalists and they are in the business of making money. And I guess I can't really say I blame them, but I just feel a type of way. I feel a type of way. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. As I said, go ahead, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next video. Take care, y'all. Bye.